Oh my! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have unsponsored, unbiased Epiphone inspired by Gibson custom Epiphone SJ-200 1957 review. This is a brand new instrument that was released less than a month ago. Let's get going. First off, let's get to the specifications of the instrument. This is an all-solid wood guitar. It has Indian laurel bridge and fretboard. It has bone nut and saddle and bone pins from stock, which is not mentioned in product specifications. I was extremely surprised. It has a loud bass Anthem VTC, I think, with the new control panel. It has Epiphone Deluxe Clusen style tuning machines, which are great. I was so surprised with them. It has figured maple back and sides, figured maple neck, 3-piece neck. We have maple, walnut or mahogany, and maple. It has a so-called black stinger at the back of the headstock. I'm not sure if it's plastic or painted wood. I really don't know. Plastic binding, the so-called semi-gloss finish, which is... When I first got it, I thought it's simply satin, but it still has some reflections in it. Also, we have, I don't remember what's the proper word, we have engraved pickguard, but it's not engraved and inlaid. It's just scooped and then painted in the dents. And I guess that's it. Of course, it has scallop bracing, etc. and so forth. Oh, I forgot, it has a fantastic guitar case, deluxe, with the lock and the key, and I think it's the first brand new guitar that I purchased that does not have a truss rod Allen wrench, which is ridiculous, and not a single extra saddle or pin, which is also ridiculous. And it doesn't have a strap button at the heel of the neck, but it has strap button included, gold one, which is very nice, highly appreciated. Also, it has a very interesting soundhole cover, which I guess could be used to reduce feedback on stage, but mainly its purpose is to help to control moisture inside the guitar. It has some sort of, what's the word? Oh my god, it's killing me. Foam. It has a foam inside it that you can dampen, and it will give humidity to the body of the instrument. Now we get into the juice of it, the fit and finish. Good lord, this is not a premium instrument by any stretch of the imagination. The fit and finish is, I can't say it's horrendous or on the brink of being horrendous, but it's a lot of cut corners. Starting off, when I first took this guitar in my hands, I was shocked with how sharp the bindings are. I think they feel like perfect 90-degree angles. They are biting into my flesh. I've never seen anything like it. I don't know if I'll be able to round them out myself. We'll have to see. But this was my first impression. Second, it's a pretty hefty guitar. It's around 2.5 kilograms, which is roughly 200 or 300 grams heavier than Gibson SJ-200. But it's fine. It's alright. The finish, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but even looking, for example, at the sides of guitar, it looks thick. And it's a huge body. It's not about the fit and finish, never mind. The frets are alright, but some people say that they should not make sounds like this. So, plus, if you really press your fingers down the fretboard and start sliding, I don't feel almost anything, but these fret ends are not rounded and they might be uncomfortable for some people. The pickguard, I've had this guitar for a few days and I already see signs of the pickguard lifting, which is always lovely with that kind of guitars. Sigmas do not have this problem at all. I have a rear back brace that is unglued. One right here. Good lord. Why? Inside the bracing, at least the back braces, you can see tooling marks as if they were, I don't know, somebody was bumping the braces. It's ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. The back strip, the back brace that runs along all over the back, it looks so coarse and gritty, as if someone was using, I don't know, very, very rough and huge grain rasp. I don't know how to explain it. It's ridiculous. The bridge, Sigma G200 copy, has an absolutely perfect bridge. It looks like it was born this way. But this one has, once again, rough tooling marks, as if they were using very dulled down CNC machine to carve this bridge. It's ridiculous. Also, there are something like a crack in a bridge that I can see. There are a couple of knots in the fretboard. The binding, the finish is alright or perfect. The nut is another thing. It's so sharp. You could, I guess someone could cut or bruise their hands with this thing. It's ridiculous. The nut, string action at the nut is acceptable, or maybe even good for the from factory setup. The sixth string is a bit too high. The string action from the factory was almost where it had to be, maybe 0.2 millimeters higher than it should have been. the trusted cover is not properly fitting. It's bumping into the nut and bending slightly. It's not coming into full contact with the headstock. The tuning machines installed their installation is immaculate. Nothing to say here. So I guess that's it when we speak of fit and finish. There are so many little details that could have been done better. It's ridiculous. Now, speaking of the sound, this is where this guitar really shines. The sound is the real value of this instrument. I've never played a guitar better than this. I've only played, I think, one American US-made guitar. It was Martin D15. That was, I don't know, several, maybe 10 years old. It did not impress me in the slightest. It was such an underwhelming experience. It was very bright, kinda loud. It had no bottom end and no meat to the sound. This guitar being brand new with, oh my god, I forgot to say, the top is aged spruce. I think it's Sitka. And when I got my first all solid wood guitar, it felt like I've been previously playing SJ-200, an older Epiphone model, kind of like this guitar. And it was good, but when I got an all solid wood guitar, it felt like switching from 2D to 3D. But I still was not satisfied with that Epiphone. It was Epiphone AJ500 RNS, because it was loud, it was sensitive, it was very bassy and had a good mids, and but it wasn't very chimey. The treble was not very rich, not very powerful. I mean, 100% better than a solid top guitar, but still not quite what I heard in other instruments. Then I recently got Sigma, all solid wood jumbo, edge round up with rosewood, and it was very rich, very vibrant, very chimey, but it didn't have too much bass, and it wasn't very responsive. it wasn't sensitive to the delicate touch. When I got this guitar, my mind was blown. It felt exactly like I imagined the guitar should sound like, the sound I was looking for. It's bassy, punchy, chimey. It has better sustain than both of those guitars, and it's sensitive. I could not believe my ears and my hands. Those guitars sound a little bit like toys compared to this one, so we can say I'm switching from 3D to 4D. Sound is immaculate, as I said. The notes have very smooth decay. There's very powerful bass. It's very punchy. And plenty volume. I mean, there's not much else to say. It's just fantastic. I love it. I guess that's it for the sound. Okay, moving on to impressions. I already shared quite a few impressions. What else do I have to say? I did not test the Anthem pickup. When you're watching this video, I removed the undersaddle elements so it will not dampen the acoustic tone of the guitar. Because as we all know, everything between strings and the top affects the sound. And if it's not bone or very dense wood, it's subpar. Let's put it this way. But what I can say is I don't like the new look of the Anthem VTC, but I like the controls. Now they have, edges? No. Now you have better control of the wheels. In the past they were rotating very smoothly, and it was easy for you to turn them either side too much. But now they are turning slower and you have better control over them. So I guess that's a win. Man, why didn't they take, I don't care why didn't they put a gold end pin jack? Why Cosmo Black? Even Sigma puts on golden end pins. The tuning machines are fantastic. I've never had experience with tuning machines like these. Well, I recently had, and they were shit. It was Harley Benson guitar with very cheap unbranded tuning machines, but these are fantastic. These are just like Goto or Grover tuning machines. They are fantastic, absolutely, I love them. And some guitars, the plastic buttons don't feel good. When you're touching them, these ones feel just right. They're perfectly fine. I was extremely surprised. I thought I'd have to replace these. But they are very smooth, very precise, they have no slack, they're pleasant to touch, they have very short back heads, maximizing the string break angle of the nut, very lightweight, fantastic. the real bum about this guitar as well is I think it's the fattest neck I've ever played. It doesn't matter that it's 43mm at the nut. It's so fat, like someone's mama. Still, I have pretty big palms and pretty long fingers, so I can do almost anything. But the thumb over grip is quite tricky. If you have small hands, I'm not sure I can recommend this. Also, the bodies, I'm very impressed with the body. It's deep. I think it's the most perfect SJ-200 copy. Usually, when Epiphone or Sigma or any other brand was making J200 copies, they were not the same shape as SJ-200. Guild makes jumbos. They look awful to me because they are very elliptical here. They are not very round. Sometimes they are like squashed, or they are not as wide, or they are not as deep, etc. and so forth. One of the reasons I immediately purchased this guitar. So I was, as usual, scrolling YouTube, looking for new Epiphone videos, and I found this, and my mind was blown. I always wanted an guitar just like this, all solid wood, J200 or J200 copy, with flame maple, with spruce, natural finish. And now we get this with Gibson headstock, which is fabulous, so beautiful, oh my god. And we get proper bridge without huge plastic or pearl blocks. We have a beautiful pickguard. I really love it. It looks so much better in real life than on any photographs. And we have this kind of maple. This is fantastic. Shotgun. It's okay. And we get a deluxe case. So I purchased this guitar literally 2 to 3 hours after seeing this video, and it came to my friend in England, and from my friend in England to me in Ukraine. It was worth it. The value in US is the recommended retail prices, I think 1500, and around 1700 in Europe, and I think it's worth it, at least if you don't have small hands. One other thing, another thing where they cut corners is ridiculous. Look at the neck from this side, beautiful flame maple. Look at this side, beautiful flame maple. The issue is, I never see this side of the neck, I never see this side of the body. Now let's look here. We have a plain maple with very weird grain, and we have right here quite a plain piece of figured maple, which is highly figured here. Why didn't they use this piece for this side of the neck and this piece for this side of the body? Oh, I forgot about the crowns, the crown inlays. They did not take time to make brown superglue, to mix superglue with the Indian laurel dust. So the filler looks like shit. It's ridiculous. And there are so many other little details that I keep forgetting about. Impressions. I think what makes this guitar sound so well, it has very good top bracing. I will put it in the video. It's relatively lightly braced, and I think the biggest thing affecting the tone is both the body depth. Solid maple, I think lightweight headstock adds to the tone a lot. Does not detract anything from the tone, let's put it this way. And it's thinner finish, at least as far as I can tell. And the top is aged spruce. This is the first aged spruce guitar I have, and I'm a complete believer. It has the characteristics of my Epiphone that is 16 years old, the SJ-200. And it's a brand new guitar. Still, it's a brand new guitar. I'm so looking forward to how it's going to sound in a year, in a 2 or 3, at least if we survive these 3 years as a planet in general. What are the impressions? I think that's it. Let me check. There's always something I forget to say. Always something I forget to say in the review, and then I think, oh my god, I should have said this as well. No. Oh yeah, the neck, the heel. I love the Gibson heels. Them not being high here, being flat, allows for greater access to the last frets. Just love it. And fretwork is fine. I didn't get any buzzing, any high or low frets. Everything is perfectly fine. What would I change about this guitar? Well, I said I would use different superglue to fill in the space between pieces of the crowns. I would use better tooling when making a bridge. I would make a nut less sharp. I would make sure that the parts that players see are the figured maple, and all of the other parts can be whatever, regular maple. I would make sure that pick guard is not lifting. I would make sure that rear braces are glued. I would switch this to gold. I would 100% make the neck thinner. This must be done. I'm pretty sure many people won't be buying this guitar because of how thick the neck is. I would make sure the binding is chamfered, or at least not as, what's the word? Oh my god. It's such a curse to know English perfectly from the side of the hearing, but then struggling to speak all of what you want to say. I would make the bridge slightly different. I would increase the size of the blocks and move them here a bit, because it's not how J200 bridge looks. It's deliberately made this way so as not to look like J200 copy, which is fine, I guess. I would also love if the fretboard radius was smaller, so it would be rounder, but that's okay. But all of these are minor things, and really there isn't much I would change in this guitar. Of course, we can always say I would make it lighter, I would brace it even lighter, etc. But that's not realistic when we're speaking of Chinese factory instruments. Speaking of competitors, previously I crowned Sigma on Solid Wood Jumbo as the best J-200 copy. I guess it's not from now on. This guitar's retail price is $1,900. It has a soft shell case. It's not as deep. And that's it. This one is in US, approximately $1,500 or $1,700 in Europe. It has a hard shell case, which in itself would cost easily $200. It's bigger, bolder, just like J-200. Sigma is not like J-200. It has a Gibson headstock, which is masterpiece. It sounds better. It has the same bed of a neck, but it's satin, so it's easier to slide. It has a thinner, therefore thinner pickguard, therefore it's dampening the top's vibrations less. It has bone pins from the factory, while Sigma has plastic ones. And I can now say that this is the best J-200 copy on the market. Hands down. Nothing better than this. Maybe there are jumbos that are better sounding, made from better materials like Eastman Jumbo, but Eastman Jumbo is not really a J-200 copy. It's clearly inspired by Gibson J-200, but it's not a copy. This is a copy, and this is the best one, absolutely. Would I purchase this guitar again? Yes, 100%. It's fantastic. My hands can handle the fat baseball bat of a neck. The sound is the best I've ever got my hands on. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you soon. I hope you leave a comment, share it with friends, subscribe. I'm really looking forward to some feedback or interest in my deep dive, because when you're spending a few hours recording a review and montaging it, and it only gets 200 views, it's not a good experience. So please help me out, folks. See you soon. Bye bye.